All right. Buckle up, everybody, because we are diving deep, deep, deep into Manta Network today.
Oh, yeah?
And they are on a mission to, well, kind of bring the power of this whole zero knowledge tech thing to,
Machine
everyone,
to the
to the
masses.
masses.
Yeah.
Exactly. We're talking like seriously amped up privacy, security, all that good stuff. And the thing is, they're moving fast, like really fast.
Yeah, they're not messing around.
No, not at all. They just launched this Manta Pacific platform, right? And they've got this roadmap that has got everybody like buzzing. Especially, have you heard about this whole modular approach they're taking?
It's the word on the street. It's definitely an exciting area to watch, that's for sure. Manta Network is like right there at the forefront, making ZK technology actually like doable, practical for everyday use.
Right. Okay, so for our listener who maybe hasn't been following every single twist and turn, we're basically going to get them up to speed on what Manta Network is doing, why it matters, why they should care, basically, and where this whole thing is headed.
Yeah, buckle up.
No crystal ball needed. Right. We are going straight to the source, straight to their roadmap.
Love it.
And like I said, they're not wasting any time. Manta Pacific Alpha went live just last month.
Last month, yeah, just went live.
And it's already a top 20 player on L2Beat.
Wow.
That's got to mean something, right?
It absolutely does, yeah. That kind of growth, that early on, that signals there's some serious interest, serious potential there. To really understand what's going on, we got to break down what sets Manta Pacific apart.
Okay, break it down for me.
So it's built on something called an optimistic rollup. Basically, it's like a way to make transactions on Ethereum
Of course, yeah.
faster and way cheaper, right? But here's the thing. Here's the kicker. Manta Pacific, they incorporate that ZK tech right from the get-go.
Okay, hold on. Love the enthusiasm, I do, but before we just like zoom past that, remind me and remind our listener, what is it about ZK Tech that's so special? I feel like it's one of those terms that's, it's everywhere, but I need that refresher, that why should I care part.
Okay. So imagine this. You're trying to buy a house, right?
Okay.
Big purchase.
Big purchase.
You got to prove you got the money, right? But you don't necessarily want to show everyone your entire bank account, every single transaction, right? That's the magic of zero-knowledge proofs. You verify the information, in this case that you have the money, without revealing the underlying data, without showing your whole bank account. It's all about proving something's true without having to, like, spill all the beans,
Okay, that clicks. So more privacy, more security. That makes sense. But how does Manta Network actually make this tech, the ZK tech, easier to actually use? Because their roadmap mentions something called universal circuits. Is this like a futuristic racetrack?
It does sound like that, doesn't it? Universal circuits, I like it. But imagine these circuits more like pre-built Lego blocks, but for developers, right?
Oh, okay.
So instead of starting from scratch every single time, they can use these circuits to easily add these zero-knowledge proofs into their applications, their dApps. It's like a shortcut, right, to building really secure and privacy-focused stuff.
So it's less about reinventing the wheel, more about giving developers the tools to build really cool stuff faster.
Exactly.
And why is that so different from what else is out there in the ZK world?
So a lot of other ZK projects, they rely on these like super specialized programming languages, right? And most developers, they're not familiar with those. It's like learning a whole new language just to like use the tool.
Right.
Manta Network's universal circuits, they're designed to be like developer friendly, which is huge if you want more people to actually use this stuff.
Right, adoption. Yeah.
Exactly. Think of it this way. If you're building a house, you don't want to have to invent hammers and nails from scratch, right?
No, I want to just get to building.
Exactly. You want the right tools for the job. And it sounds like Manta Network, they're providing just that.
They're bringing the tools. Okay. But even with these like fancy circuits, I'm guessing there are still some challenges, right? Because I was looking at the sources, and there's this mention of call data being a bit of a bottleneck. What's the deal with that?
Oh, call data. Yeah, that's a bit of a technical hurdle, I guess, in the blockchain world, yeah. Essentially, it's like this. The more data you need to send to the Ethereum network, with each transaction, the more expensive and slower it gets. Like imagine trying to fit an entire elephant into a tiny little clown car.
I mean, I've seen it at the circus, but
it's just not very efficient, is it?
No, it's a whole big thing.
It's a whole thing. And call data is kind of like that. It's trying to cram a ton of data into a system that wasn't really built for that.
So how does Manta Network plan to solve this data dilemma? Do we get a bigger clown car?
Laughing. That's where this cool thing comes in. It's called Celestia's Data Availability, or Celestia DA. It's a mouthful, I know.
Celestia.
But it's a way more efficient and cost-effective way to handle like massive amounts of data, even better than like what Ethereum itself is projected to achieve with its upcoming improvements. So yeah, bigger, faster clown car. That's a good way to put it.
Okay, so we're getting a bigger, faster clown car that can actually handle this elephant.
I like it.
And for our listener, who maybe, clown cars aren't their thing,
Sure.
this translates to faster transaction speeds, significantly lower fees when you're using Manta Network, even when, and this is key, even when the Ethereum network is congested. It's like having a fast pass that never expires.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a great way to put it.
I like that analogy. All right.
Route.
So we've got cheaper, we've got faster. Those are two things I always look for in pretty much anything, but it sounds like Manta Network, they're thinking even bigger picture than just speed bumps here.
Oh, absolutely. This is just the beginning.
Okay, tease it. What's this? I'm hearing about a zkEVM on the horizon.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
right. They're thinking big picture, for sure.
Okay.
Right now, Manta Pacific is running on that optimistic rollup you were talking about.
Right.
But they've already announced, I mean, these guys move fast. They want to transition it to a zkEVM.
Okay, bold move.
Yeah, and it really shows you how committed they are to, like, pushing the boundaries, really seeing what this tech can do.
Okay, I gotta be honest with you. That term zkEVM, it sounds a little intimidating to me.
Yeah, it's a mouthful.
Is it as complicated as it sounds?
I mean, it's definitely a complex undertaking. Like, let's not sugarcoat it.
Right.
But the payoff could be huge.
Okay.
So, like, in the simplest terms possible, a zkEVM is kind of like, imagine like a turbocharged version of Ethereum.
Okay.
But it uses zero-knowledge proofs to make the whole thing way more secure, way more scalable, just like a super efficient blockchain.
So it's taking everything that's already great about Ethereum and
And cranking it up to 11.
cranking it up. Okay, I like it. But isn't switching to a zkEVM a little like, I don't know, changing the engine of a car while it's still running?
That's a great analogy.
Is it possible?
It's totally possible, but you need the right tools. You need the right expertise, right?
Right.
That's where this Polygon CDK comes in. It's like this specialized toolkit specifically for building zkEVMs.
Wow.
And Manta Network is using it to make sure this transition is smooth, it's safe, it's secure.
Okay.
They're basically rebuilding Manta Pacific from the ground up.
Wow. So new engine, same car.
Exactly, but way better performance.
Way better performance. I like it. But how do you even begin to swap out something as complex as like the underlying technology of a blockchain?
It's all about careful planning and really smart execution, and to minimize any kind of like bumps in the road during this transition. Manta Network is using this really clever multi-prover approach.
Okay, multi-prover breakdown.
Okay, so imagine you've got two pilots on board an airplane, right? During like a really crucial maneuver.
Safety first.
Exactly. It's an extra layer of safety, an extra layer of assurance. So they're going to be running both systems side by side for a while.
Yeah.
The existing optimistic rollup and the new zkEVM, just making sure everything is talking to each other. Everything's working perfectly before they make the full switch.
Smart, very smart. Okay, so that's thinking ahead for sure. It really sounds like Manta Network is really trying to anticipate and address these potential challenges head on, which I respect.
Oh yeah, they're not shying away from a challenge.
But let's bring it back to our listener for a second. We're talking about more than just a tech upgrade here, right? What does this zkEVM shift actually mean for someone who's using Manta Network day to day?
It means things are about to get a whole lot smoother, a whole lot faster, and way more secure.
Music to my ears?
They're not just keeping pace. They're trying to set a new standard.
Okay, so new standard for the entire space.
Exactly.
A new standard, huh? Okay, I'm starting to see why people are so hyped about Manta Network. But wait, there's one more piece of this puzzle we haven't talked about yet. Universal Circuits 2.0.
Uh-huh.
What's the deal with this upgrade? Is this just like a fresh coat of paint, or are we talking serious under-the-hood improvements?
Think of it like this. We talked about those universal circuits, how awesome they are.
Yeah, like Lego blocks.
Exactly like Lego blocks for ZK. So imagine taking those already really powerful tools and like supercharging them.
Okay, so we're talking like a power boost. Give me the specifics. What kind of improvements are on the table here?
So one of the most exciting upgrades with Universal Circuits 2.0 is this thing called ZK-proof aggregation.
ZK-proof aggregate?
Yeah, it's a mouthful, but imagine you could take like a whole bunch of transactions
Okay.
and like bundle their proofs together
Interesting.
to make them even more efficient.
Oh, okay.
That's what this is. Lower costs, even faster speeds.
So not just a faster car, we've got like a carpool lane for data now.
Exactly. We're moving.
Love it, love it. What else has got you excited about this upgrade?
Well, you know how much I love ZK Tech, right? All the
Oh
potential.
yeah, you've been hyping it up.
Universal Circuits 2.0 takes that potential and just blows it wide open.
Yeah.
It supports a much wider range of ZK utilities now.
Wow. Okay.
So now developers have even more tools, right? They can build
Um,
even more innovative applications, things we haven't even thought of yet.
so we're talking about like unlocking possibilities that didn't even exist before.
Exactly. This is where things get really interesting because we're not just talking about small improvements here and there. This is like a fundamental shift.
Okay, I like a fundamental shift, but let's not forget about all of us, the regular folks who just want to use this stuff. Will this upgrade make things any easier for the average person?
Absolutely. That's the other key part. It's not just about making things faster, more efficient for the techies. It's about making this technology usable and accessible to everyone.
Right, because what good is it if only like 5 people can use it?
Exactly. So Universal Circuits 2.0 has this big focus on user experience
Yeah.
because nobody wants to deal with tech that's clunky or confusing.
Right, give me something that just works.
Exactly. That's the goal.
Yeah, all right, love it. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here today. We've talked about modularity, decentralization, low cost, EVM equivalents. These aren't just buzzwords, are they?
No, they're not buzzwords. They're the guiding principles behind Manta Network's vision for a future where things are more private, more secure, and way more accessible for everyone.
It's a big vision.
It is, but they're building it. They're building a platform that empowers developers and everyday users.
I love that. We started this deep dive with Manta Network's pretty ambitious goal of making zero-knowledge tech accessible to everyone, and it seems like they're really on track to actually pull it off. I mean, they're growing super fast. They're tackling all these challenges head on. They've got this awesome roadmap. Color me impressed. It's exciting to watch. And as you continue to follow their journey, I want you to really think about this. What could a world with readily available, easy-to-use zero-knowledge technology actually look like? What kind of problems could we solve? What could we build? It's a future worth exploring.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling inspired. Huge thanks to our expert for taking us on this incredible deep dive into the world of Mantis Network. And to our listeners, keep exploring, keep asking those good questions, and we will catch you next time for another deep dive.